So basically, I single-handedly lose my team this game, and we're gonna show you how it happens. So I'm just skipping to the opening right here. So here I pre-pop, oh, it's important to go over this. I pre-pop Kasatsu right as the game starts right here. And the reason why I do that is because I learned from getting bodied too many times that if I try to go in on a target and I don't have my Huton shield, they're just going to turn around and bust my ass. So now I just pre-pop Huton before going in. And you'll get both mudras back, but you have to wait for the full like 7 or 8 seconds of this to go off first. And then you'll get both your mudras back and you have the shield for your opener. If you don't do that, they're just going to turn on you and ruin your life in 1.5 seconds. Alright, so target selection. I always go for the lowest HP target. Is how it is. I mark 1 here, and this mark 1 is pretty much gonna bite my ass later. This is why you need to have like a more advanced macro that like deletes the 1 marker when it's done, or like changes the 1 marker or something, because I get baited by this marker later. Then when I go in on this guy, I start the combo, immediately get silenced. Then I purify and stun him again. After he is running away, he has a purified buff. I know that I'm gonna die if I don't guard here. My Dragoon died instantly. That's just how it is. You know, if we were gonna kill him instantly, they're gonna kill one of our guys instantly. There's no problem. So I guard. Huton for the shield, and then I scooch you out. So right here, I made the mistake here of not playing for my team. If I had just pulled back, I mean, this is something like, oh, you could claim that, oh, well, they didn't follow the 1 marker. But if I had just put damage on the person who was diving them, that Dragoon over there, who's already half health, he would have just been dead. You know, but I'm standing around here like doing all this stuff by myself. And this is something that you're going to have to realize when you're playing the game. Like whether or not you're going to follow the team or you're going to try to lead the team. Sometimes, you know, you're better off just like playing what the team is doing, because if I had just hit the Dragoon when he dived in, he would have been instantly dead. So right here at Huton, I'm going to survive. I'm chilling. They're still chasing me. I know this because the red damage buttons keep coming up, so I miss away for extra health. And then just keep running, recuperate again. Here I pop Bunshin for the shield because I know they're going to keep going. And sure enough, there he is. And now I finally get a chance to potion. Now right here is a big mistake. I should have taken this pad. I mean, this is like a beginner error, you know, kind of tragic that caught in 4K, but it's how it is sometimes. So I just go ahead and right here, I pre-pop because I thought that guy was going to chase more, but he doesn't. So now, I get baited by this 1 marker. That's my marker from the beginning of the game. Okay, and instead what I should have been doing is I should have just been checking targets. Here you can see this dude is 19k HP. If I had just Ice Shuriken, you can see that my Ice Shuriken GC is going off on this guy. If I had Ice Shuriken this guy, he would have been dead. So right here, there is an instant where he is 13k. Boom, right there. If my 16k damage taps him right here, he's dead. But he gets away. I go in back on him. I think that this 1 marker means something, but it actually doesn't mean anything. It's just my own marker from the start of the game. I had presumed that a teammate had put it in. Okay, how to never die is Ninja 101. Very simple. You're gonna bunch in, you're gonna wait for your thing to come off, and then you're gonna use the wind mudra. I'm running away from this guy, this awful vegan. Yeah, this vegan is trying to kill me because I like chicken or rice, so he's doing all this damage, 10 million damage. Comes pretty close, to be honest. I was pretty impressed by how close it was. I didn't think I would even get low. So I pot, and then I try to run back. So right now the game's looking pretty good, actually, because what's going on is that I'm absorbing all their damage, and then my team is just free-being their team. But you're going to see that it's still possible to lose, you know, never get too comfortable, because that's how you lose the game. So we push. You know, we're having a pretty easy early game. We're just slamming them up here, no problem. So I start running up to them and trying to catch up with my team. I haven't really gotten a chance to play, but that's okay because you know, they're still winning. Like, I'm absorbing the damage and they're winning, so it's not a big deal. So right here, you're gonna see that I actually fail to play correctly, and that's because this guy, he's 1v5, right? And you know, I LB him here, and basically this is why we lost the game. Because that one man LB, this guy is 1v5. Hello? Okay, this guy's 1v5, you know, there's no, what is he gonna do? The most he could do is he could Dragoon LB, but if he does that, we all just guard. And it's like perfectly like solved, you know, like, and he wasted his LB. But instead, I use my LB on a one-man LB, and now I still have to contend with all these 4 other players who have LB up. Alright, mistake number 2, we hard tunnel on this, and we don't see the corner on the right side. The whole team just ends up going for that corner instead of that entrance, right? And we end up paying the price here. So we eat like a Sam LB, we eat a Summoner LB. Still not over though. I mean, if I had my LB right here, if I saved my LB right here, we could have still won the game. You just would have killed this guy. You know, he would have been half-life, immediately deleted him, and then since the killing a person in a team fight with the LB is way better than killing a person who's like 1v5 alone. You know, that guy was gonna die anyway. We get this kill anyway, but now we're like so deep in Narnia. I see the Dragoon LB go off, so I don't want to walk that way. So he gets value off of that LB. So now really what I have to do is I have to think of a way to like rejoin my team. I'm stalling here. I know that I'm not gonna die. It's kind of hard to kill Ninja. So I just guard. I'm just gonna wait out my timer for my Mudra to get a Futon again. Alright, get the Bunchin shield, and then when he jumps on me, I'm gonna jump where he was. So he jumps on me, I go to where he is. Get this potion, and now they gave up on me, which is fine. Now the main problem here is that I still need to rejoin my team. I'm doing like the one-man mode commando mission bullshit. I don't get to cancel his pot, unfortunately. Put some damage on him, but still not enough. This is like worthless damage. Like damage at the beginning of the HP bar, it doesn't really amount to anything. So I pop potion here, try to bait this guy off the point. It kind of works, but it's like ultimately meaningless because I'm only one guy. I just didn't want to feed as well. So here, this game is still winnable, but I flub up my team fighting mechanics. So here we could totally win. We instantly kill this guy, right? And it's looking pretty positive, but right here, I failed the Ninja LB, and we gotta talk about this. So when you want a Ninja LB, you always gotta put a nuke before it. Your strongest nuke is Ice Shuriken. If that's not available, you can use Fuma with Bunshin, and that's what I do in this clip. I Fuma Bunshin LB, just off of full faith, and I press the LB button. The main thing here is that for the Bunshin LB is not, it would need to do 12% damage to get him. 12% damage, that would need to be like 20k. Like if your whole HP bar is 50k, 10% of that is 5k. Is that correct? That's not correct. We'll just fucking look at it. I don't want to do them all. Look at this. This guy, he's 61%. I hit him with both shurikens, the damage registers. He goes from 61% to only 59%. It's like worthless. It's kind of like a 4% difference. Like the damage does nothing. That's what I'm talking about. Like you have to wait for your teammates to do the first percentages of the bar cannot come from you. Like you don't have really, like Ninja does not have objective damage numbers. So I guard, and I'm just doing like this 1v1 bullshit. I should really be with my team. I should just let this guy go, you know. I'm too full health as well. Like I can't even grab the potion. Like I'm full health, I can't even grab the potion. It's like such a mess. Team dies. This guy is taking all my damage and he's surviving, so really I'm like wasting my time here. His stun comes back, like Can we check the cooldown on this? Let's check the cooldown actually. This is very interesting. Since I don't play any other classes, this is just interesting to learn. Let's count the seconds here. Alright, you can see my timer here. It's 2:14 when I get my first bind. Okay, and when does he binds me again on the way out. I wonder if he has 2 charges of it or something. 2:15 was when the first bind went off. And it's a 15-second cooldown is what it looks like. He's going to do it right here. So I'm bind. I could purify and chase him, but I value the purify too much and he ends up living. Alright, it's still not over. Like, technically I could do something. Well, now it's over because the red mage LB is super balanced. And also a Dragoon follow-up on top of it. So now I'm playing with my team after like 10 years of not playing with my team. It's actually my fault. If I had just played with my team from the beginning, maybe we could have done something. Instead, I end up wasting all my time, like, fucking around with the summoner, like, running around here, wasting my damage, and it doesn't even matter. And we lose the game. You know, you play like a monkey, you play like a 2 IQ individual, like a person who never went to high school type person, never failed, never passed any classes, you know, you deserve to lose. That's just how it is. Next, next game here. Now I actually play like 1,000 IQ. You know, I don't play like a moron. And you're gonna see just the difference is just I don't try to like lead the game. You know, I just hit whatever my targets are hitting. And this is like the hard lesson that you have to learn with Ninja is that your objective damage is just not good enough for that kind of play style. That kind of play style where you're like hard chasing one guy or hard focusing one guy. Like your damage is so negligible. Like your strongest hitting move is a 16k move. Like Warrior does like 36k in AoE or something. White Mage LB is like half, like 20,000 in AoE. Like Red Mage has all these buttons. So here I flubbed this Mudra and I get Mesui. Kind of silly, but like really in the grand scheme of things it doesn't even matter. And that's because, you know, I'm going to have 2 Mudras anyway when I jump in because the Mudra timer is like short enough. So one thing about wind map is that like I really don't like the wind map because of this line of sight right here. It's like too open. I prefer corners to be honest, and there's not that many corners on this map. So continuing on here, Monk goes in. I mean, Monk is like a second tank, you know, he's just tanking for his team. That's so fucking funny. Unga bunga, brother, going in. Ook ook. The fucking warrior just jumps in, gets 3 of them, and you know, this is looking like GG right here. So I lose my stealth, and this is like having to do with like this map, is that you cannot ever Sakuchi in next to your team. If I wanted to Sakuchi in here, I should put my mouse cursor like over here, Sakuchi off to the side, because you're just gonna get hit with some random AoE that's not even meant for you. So here I lose my stealth. This guy purifies, and I stun into the purify, but then I get him with the second stun, and he guards. Now that guy survived both of my Raijus, got 0 value there, but the monk instantly dies on the enemy team because he guarded and they just waited his guard out. So I get stunned here and I don't purify. I'm I catch this guy channeling, so I think to myself, oh, like there's no damage. Like, they're not gonna be able to kill him. I think the samurai nearly one-shots me myself. So I guard and then I get out. And it's the same stuff, you know, spam HP. So this time I can see that dude in the back, he's like about to die, but also this Dragoon is bothering my teammate. Instead of going for the kill, I go for the peel here, and I just put damage on the target that he's hitting so that he doesn't, like, he has to pull out. So they're fighting, the 2 Dragoons are fighting. I put the support damage on the enemy Dragoon, and now he backflips out. And when he backflips out, I get him with a stun, and it's a kill. Which is like, that's just like a different mentality than the other mentality, which is like trying to get the kills myself, as opposed to just letting my team get the kills, and it's gonna be fine. So this guy, I shuriken him here because he's far. But then when he comes close, I start using the melee combo, and that's just because he doesn't have mana, and I just want to save my shuriken stacks. So we do that. So this guy guards, and you know, as soon as you guard, you're dead as soon as the guard comes out. So we all count. You know, we see the number. It's like 3, 2. He's doing the countdown macro himself. It says 4 on his buff bar. 4, 3, 2, 1, and we all just jump him together like instantly. So here I learned from my lesson. Oh my god, primal ran. So this game happens right after the previous game, and I learned from my lesson, and I immediately checked the back corner. I'm not playing around anymore. So I check this back corner, nothing happens. Okay, that's great. So we get through the back corner. So I said these two guys failed the win mechanic, and I'm not playing like a high damage job. So I just put the Doton down, and I activate it by getting the slow off, so that when they come back down from the wind, they're slowed. My way out is gonna be this guy right here. I'm gonna ride you to him to get my way out. So I ride you to him, get stunned. He purifies, that's fine. So now I have my LB. Now previously, you saw, as soon as I got my LB, I just pressed that. But now, because I just came off of that hard, disappointing L, I realized that, yo, I gotta be more patient. I'm not gonna be doing any more 49% shenanigans. So this guy comes down to 62%. I don't get baited. This guy goes down to 7%, and that's when I realized, okay, even if he heals, he'll still be under the cap. So again, he heals up to 30%, and then he dies. So now this one gets a lot of value. So they get a good stun here. This guy's about to die. I mean, just looking at this screenshot, you already know it's over, right? This guy actually dies to GCDs. So he dies to the GC, so I don't get the reset. So now my reset's on low time. So I immediately start pressing anything just to get the buff out. So it's kind of like suffering from success. But it's all good. So I put the debuff on him just to get the reset going. He dies, so I get the reset. And then once this guy, you know, once he's alone, it's like I just press the button and he's dead. And now we get the kill. Monk comes back to try and single defense. I just LB him because it's timed out. Like my LB was like 3 seconds left. So I just LB him. And the cart moves too fast. He doesn't make it to the cart. And you know, I deserve to win that game. You know, if you play like you deserve to win, then you'll win. And if you play like you deserve to lose, then you'll lose. So hopefully you learned from my poor example, and you don't do the same mistakes that I did. All right. Till the next one. Catch you.